Hey guys, it's your girl SeekretD. So I just recorded this strawberry letter, right? And that reminded me of this guy on divorce court. So listen to this. He was dating his girlfriend in college, right? He cheated on her with this woman and they broke up. She said, she ended up moving out of state or whatever. And then she had to go back to wherever this dude was 10 years later. So she reunited with this guy when she went there for whatever. And she said they got to know each other again. She figured he's matured, he's grown, etc., etc., etc. So they became an official couple. They eventually get married, right? Mind you, we're going to say that when he was in college, he claims they weren't in a relationship. She said she was at his house every day and they spent so much time together, this, that, and the third. And he's like, well, we had a relationship, but we weren't in a relationship. So she's like, the second time around, she was like, she's not having that mistake. She's not making that mistake again. So she made sure she had the right conversations. This man denied the relationship in college and denied the relationship as adults 10 years later. And the judge is like, okay, but you had to be in some type of relationship because you asked her to marry you. And he's like, oh yeah, eventually. So boom. Now we fast forward. So she's saying that they get married and then she finds out that he has a baby. And she said she found out because I think she said he was in the shower and then something popped up on his phone saying like your DNA results are going to arrive soon, blah, 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 blah. She said she takes it to him in the bathroom and he's looking at her like, and then he's like, oh, she's going through my phone, this, that, and the third. She's like, they always go through each other's phone, which is always the case. Like, I find that dudes will let you go through their phone when they know that they scrubbed it clean of the bullshit. But then if you go through it without their knowledge, like they're not sitting there, they didn't get a time to clean it out, then it's like, oh, you're going through my phone. Sir, stop it. Either way, so, he basically was like, oh, I didn't tell her because I wasn't sure that the baby was mine. Peep this. He found out about the potential baby before he married her. So that's why it reminded me of the strawberry letter, because he purposely didn't tell her that he could have a baby on the way to get her to marry him. So he married her knowing that he could potentially have a baby on the outside. And here's the kicker. The mother of the baby is the lady that he cheated on her with in college. How's that for a double slap in the face? So she was like, if she knew about it, she would have never married him because she thought he changed, this, that, and the third. And I felt so bad for her because it's like, you could see it, like she was just done. And then shortly after that, she found out she was pregnant. So it's like, now she's just like, nope, give me my divorce. I don't care. So ma'am is about to be a single mom because of this dipshit and his bullshit. And she was saying that, she wanted the baby. He was kind of on the fence about the baby. And she said, now she know why. Because he knew he had a potential baby also. You know what I mean? So the two kids are going to be the same age, in the same grade and all of that. And the judge was like, oh, you're going to have two kids in the same grade. And this fool going to go, oh, well, I could take them to school together. Like, sir, what is wrong with you? But I just had to tell y'all that. Would y'all leave? If y'all was the woman, would y'all leave? Like, in all honesty, because she's pregnant and they're married. And I know a lot of people feel like, oh, well, once you're married, it's like more potency to it. And they feel like they have to try harder and stick it out through bullshit. And then she's also pregnant. So it's also the fact of the matter that, would you be like, nah, bump that, I'm just going to be a single mom? Or would you be like, you know what? Let me see. Because now there's another child involved. So you're going to have to deal with that child's mother, who is the woman that he cheated on you 10 years ago with. And you're going to have to deal with that child. So it's like, you're a mom for the first time. with what should have been your husband's first child, but is not your husband's first child because your husband was out dipping his dick in the street. And he first made it seem like, oh, it was just a random one night stand encounter. And then comes to find out it's the same chick from 10 years ago. And then he tried to say that he hasn't spoken to the chick in 10 years. Oh, we just met up at a party and ended up having sex. And that was it. I never heard from her again. Y'all believe that? I don't believe it. Anyway, what would y'all do? And do y'all believe that he only knew that chick like from the night of the party? I don't think so, because yeah, no. I don't think I'm gonna date somebody or date somebody in college and then meet up with them 10 years later and raw dog it and get pregnant with no communication. That's crazy. So y'all can let me know what y'all think. But that strawberry letter made me remember that. All right.